see it. If you make a mistake, you shouldn't be forced to live with it for the rest of your life. If you don't want that,
you're a mistake. You're a mistake.
Who said I'm a mistake? Obviously, they kept me for a reason. They kept me for a reason because it wasn't a mistake. They kept me because it wasn't. Look, if you're a parent,
you're bored. But your fault. You're a mistake. But if you don't want a baby, you don't want to have sex with it. Don't do it.
Wait. But if you're a parent and you feel that you're not capable of raising a kid, why are you gonna bring a kid to the world? You know you can't raise them. Obviously, if you can't raise them, you're not gonna be able to teach them values or anything. So what are you gonna have?
Why'd you do it in the first place? Why'd you do it in the first place? If they knew that they were gonna have a kid and they wouldn't be able to bring it up, why'd they have sex then? Because that's a big risk. You gotta know your risk before you do it.
But then you have to think about this though. People make mistakes. Mistakes, you can always fix them. By forcing somebody to keep a kid they don't want, that's like saying, alright, do you know how much kids in adoption that are not adopted? I mean, you know how much tax money goes into adoption homes? I mean, that's a lot of money, buddy.
You know how much tax money goes into abortion? Way more.
No, but the money that goes to abortion is personal money. You pay for your abortion. So that's your money. If you work a week and you decide to spend that money on abortion, that's your paper. Do what you gotta do with it. But when it comes to having foster homes and taxpayers paying for those orphanages, then that's not your money no more. That's your problem becoming everybody else's problem. Yeah. No.
So you say children are.
That's not what I'm saying.
You say children are a problem.
I'm saying by being forced to keep a kid that you don't want, you're making your mistake the America's mistake.
And the kid's mistake.
Yeah, but then think about it. Why not? You gave him life, you should also be the one to take it. Jesus gets, but then, you know, because the way I see it, like, why are you going to go ahead and make your mistake into America's mistake? I mean, you're not going to pay you're going to pay taxes, but after all, I mean, you know, America pays taxes that fund these orphanages because of kids that parents didn't want. Whereas, if it's your mistake, you should be forced to keep with it, right? That's what you're saying.
Are you saying these children are useless? Because that's what you're saying.
Not that the children are useless. It's just that.
So you said children are problems?
Yeah.
You said children are problems.
If you have a child in a real bad situation, then if you're already in a bad situation financially, why would you put a kid in that situation as well? If you can't take care of yourself, why would you make someone take care of someone else?
If you can't take care of yourself, why would you take the risk knowing that you might get pregnant?
So why would you punish someone because of the mistake they made?
Right?
You're gonna punish someone over. Not only are you gonna punish that one person because of the mistake.
If you don't want a baby, get an insert. You won't have a baby.
If you're not only punishing just that one person who had made a mistake.
You're not punishing anybody.
Yes,
if you're
you are.
punishing somebody, you're killing. If you're killing a baby, you're punishing that baby. When you kill that baby, you're punishing them.
Then they don't have to live in poverty. If a poor, think about it. If you're in a bad financial situation and then you get pregnant, you're gonna make that person also have. You're gonna make that person.
There's always options. There's always options.
But if you mess up the kid even more.
That's not it.
So you.
Okay, but what if you're raped? Would you want to keep the rapist baby? Honestly. But why would you want to keep it? It's memories of being raped. That's a horrible memory. Yeah, but why would you want to keep it? Like, for 9 months, honestly, that's just bad.
Someone take adoption, they get treated like crap.
Yeah, and this is the way I see it. Right? Think about it. Most kids that are in foster homes don't get adopted. That's why there's foster homes. If everybody would have got adopted once again in foster home, well, we wouldn't really have that many foster homes. And second point, think about it. If you do have a kid in foster home, let's say once you get older, you start thinking about it. Oh, I threw a kid in foster home. Don't you think it'd be more painful for you knowing that you have a kid somewhere out in the big world, not knowing where he's at, what he's doing?
It's painful to me that if I kill a baby, it will.
And also, that kid would never give another parent.
That baby could have done something good, like. You cannot kill a child. That's like killing a person.
It's not, because that's why at the stage before it's not even alive.
But think about it. If you're not ready to have a kid, that means that kid probably is not going to have opportunities that other kids that have a loving home would. Because obviously, if you don't want to have a kid, you feel as a parent, you're not ready to raise them. You're not ready to give them morals and education, or probably not in the economic, stability to give them. So obviously,
So, but
Yes.
think about all the important people in the world. What if they were aborted and killed? Then, like, a world would not have them.
That would have been a loss. But think about, there are far less people who fall into the cracks than the people who become famous and
But
successful.
what about the people who, like, rose above the cracks? What about the people who, like, rose above their problems?
Say something?
You said the children will miss out. So what about the kid you just killed? That
What do you mean the
miss
kids?
out?
What do you mean? Yes, before the kid. The thing is, if you make someone who's in a bad financial situation, that if they're not mature enough to use birth control, what makes you think they can be mature enough to support a kid and give that kid?
If you don't have responsibility to put a condom on, they don't mean that you probably can't raise a kid.
That's a simple fact.
If you can't manage to put a condom on, then you probably can't manage.
If you can't manage to put a condom on, that's just ridiculous. If
Yes,
you have a
so
child, that's your fault.
So you're gonna make ridiculous.
The child is a symbol of your stupidity.
So you're gonna have a stupid person raising the tomorrow's future, John? Way to go.
You can get an abortion, but like, cause you can't like raise a kid on your own. Like that's why you get abortion, and like, cause you don't want him to suffer life. Like, cause you can't do anything for it. That's why you're not ready to have a kid. And like, yeah.
But what about the people who have suffered and rose above it? I mean, there's a lot of people who have suffered.
Look at the kids who are messed up.
Do you like? I mean, adoption homes are not a pretty place to be at. It's not. It's not.
If you go to like a homeless shelter, if you look at those kids, it's pretty sad to see them because their parents are not able to provide for them. So why would you make those people have more and more babies? It's a trend that keeps going. If you're too young and irresponsible to have babies, you have a kid real young, then chances are that kid's gonna have a child real young, and that kid's gonna have a child real young.
Do you support partial birth abortion? Let alone do you even know what it is?
Isn't that when it's past like 4 months?
Past 3 months. It's 8 to 9 months. That means it is indeed a baby. And what they do is they force it out of the mother's womb. Feed first, because legally, feed first, it is not born. Feed first is technically still in the womb. So technically, because it's not born, they jab a needle in the skull, sucking out the brain. That's how they kill it.
Yeah, I definitely think you should be.
Then no, I don't support that.
You have to get
There you
the first
go.
3 months, unless a kid it has real serious effects.
No, technically they partial.
So John, I have a question. What if you know the kid's gonna grow up to be messed up? Like they're gonna have some kind of mental disability or some type of physical.
You're gonna deny it the right to live out its life the way it wants to.
If it's gonna have
I mean, don't we all have the right to life?
What if they have some like brittle bone syndrome? If you know your child's gonna have brittle bone, would you subject them to live a life in misery, John? Would you?
I know this is a strong opinion, but like when you're killing a baby, you're playing God.
Not really. If you know that baby's gonna be messed up and have like a horrible life, why would you? So you're gonna say make them live on his days where it can feel pain, where it can feel it.
What if it does have a purpose though? I mean, if you're playing God, then you're like destroying like something that should have happened.
So you're telling me killing a baby is cruel, right?
Yeah.
But yet making a kid live a life of pain, and you're not able to support them, you're not able to raise them. Obviously, you're not giving them a better option.
This is America. If we have welfare programs, that baby can live on having a good life. If this is supposedly the America land of opportunity,
Have you seen welfare? Like, have you been to like a Section 8 house? They're not in good neighborhoods. They're really not. There's some Section 8 houses over here that are in good neighborhoods, but most aren't.
Have you heard the term projects? Have you been to a project?
yes, I have.
Do you think that's?
Oh, by the way, I grew up in one.
Yeah.
I grew up in
Do you
one.
think that's a place?
I grew up in Southside Chicago, drug pushers, guns in every corner of the street. I grew up, look at me now. Should I have been aborted? Should I have been aborted? Should I have been aborted?
Maybe.
If your parents wanted you because they felt they could have raised you, right? So that's why you're here. But if a parent doesn't feel like
They lived with my grandmother and they raised me. I could have been aborted because I wasn't supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to be because I was not able to be brought up because I was brought up in poverty.
why did they choose to keep you?
Because they had hope and they
They had hope, right?
But
So I'm a parent.
so you're saying the baby does not
raise a kid. Well, obviously, I shouldn't have a kid. If I don't feel like I could grow up to be a successful person, well then.
Finish up your thoughts.
Okay. Well, there are some places where you can actually help. Instead of aborting a baby, why don't you help it? But why doesn't society help people like that instead of just aborting them?
But what if when the mother already knows that the doctor already told them that the baby's gonna be dead when it's born? What if the baby's already gonna die when it's born and the mother already knows, and then the mother's gonna die too?
If it's your mistake, why should society pay for it? It's your mistake. You pay for it.
I know, but what if the mother...
All right. In that case, if it's your mistake, then what if you're not doing so well economically? That would be your mistake. So if you're not doing well economically, why should the government help you out, right?
I agree.
So let's kill the babies, and let's let everyone suffer. And
Okay, no welfare, no
screw welfare and screw babies. Let's do that. Kill babies. Go baby kill.
We seem to find an agreement, John. Thank you for
What's cheaper?
agreeing my point.
Abortion
See,
or
well, that's why I say that abortion itself is a solution. Because if you make a mistake, right, you shouldn't be forced to live with it. The solution would be aborting the kid. Tell me, would it or would it not?
So what you're saying is that it's okay to abort if, say, someone's raped and they don't want the child, right?
Oh, no, not just that. I mean, I'm saying aborting is a solution for everything in general. Not if you're just raped, but if you feel like you can't raise that kid, good, homie, that's your only solution.
See, that's to me that's selfish. You're taking away a life that cannot speak for itself. You're saying that even then, life exists at the point of conception. I mean, you're killing someone that can't speak up for, you know, I mean, if my mom would have an abortion, I would be here today, and I wouldn't be able to have a life. You're denying someone a life. You know, that in itself is being discriminatory.
Okay, so you can't raise your children. Why can't you just put up for adoption?
Well, because see, adoption, although it could be a solution for you, all in all, it becomes a problem. Because think about it, if you put a kid in adoption, who do you think is raising that kid? Taxpayers. Whereas if you put them for an adoption, well, that's not you paying for your mistake. That's every American who pays taxes paying for your mistake.
See, personally, I'm willing to pay for someone else's mistake. Personally, I'm willing to pay for someone else's mistake. I'm willing to pay for many of the mistakes people are making, and also at the same time, I don't think that creating a life is a mistake in itself. And you know, at least in a foster home, you can give the child a chance to live a good life, to live a life with parents that love that child.
All right. So you're saying you're going to give a kid a chance? Well, actually, most foster kids do not get adopted, and they're going to stay in a foster home where they do not have the one-on-one care that a parent could give. So, there could be some that aren't going to get adopted, and that's great for them. But think about it. Those foster homes are not getting any smaller.
That's better than not giving the kid a chance at all.
Think about it. If you were to keep that kid and you don't know what to do with it, well, you're not really giving him a chance at all anyways.
To me, it's selfish to kill a living being just because you don't think you can raise it. If you don't think you can raise it, give it to someone else to raise, because I'm sure there's many families... Well, I'm sorry, am I catching the wrong direction of the question?
All right, so now tell me, if you think it's mean to abort a kid, right? So, would you say that most kids in foster homes are happy or not? Would you say they get the attention from individual parents? Well, there's,
get up on safety.
I don't know ratios exactly, but I'm sure there's a lot more kids and staff there, and obviously they're never going to get the attention they need.
Okay, so you're saying that abortion is better because kids are not going to get attention? Well, just look around. There's many of us that aren't adopted and don't get as many attention. And that doesn't mean that because you were like given to adoption, that doesn't mean you're going to be raised bad and stuff, because there are actually some parents that didn't give their kids to abortion but are like the best in the world. So you're saying that abortion is an option for preventing kids to being like that?
Look at the numbers. For every one that gets adopted, how many stay there? For everyone that gets onto a good home, how many go into a bad home? You look at the numbers and you tell me if abortion's a bad idea. It is living, but it does not feel.
How do you know it doesn't feel?
Because it still sells. The cells are still creating.
But it's still right there, so are you saying a baby's not considered a person yet?
So you're saying that something or someone needs to breathe to be alive? Because the baby's getting oxygen from its mother breathing for them.
Not until
So you're saying it's not greed that's driving you to have an abortion, right? It's not greed, because we just talked about it right now, how it's not greedy. It's not being greedy is that we're killing somebody's life, right?
Now you tell me, what's more greedy? Making a kid grow up? A, keeping them? Or you know you can't raise them? Or throwing him to a foster home? Or just ending the life where he can't think, he's not breathing, he's not doing nothing for himself. Practically, he won't know he got aborted.
Exactly, just like you said, you don't know that. I prefer to take the chances of giving him a chance. Like he said right now, you don't know that. You're not 100% sure that he's going to screw up his life. What if they actually come out to be something great?
No. I'm not saying they're going to screw up their life. I'm not saying
You just said that right now, that they're going to...
Like I said, there is homes that will grow up and be, happy, successful, whatever you want to call it, people. But look at the facts. Those foster homes are not getting any smaller. If anything, they're getting packed because of people who don't take it upon themselves to make responsible decisions and either A, protecting themselves or aborting a kid.
So you're talking about responsible decisions. I think if you are not responsible enough to, if you become pregnant and have a child, I think the responsible thing to do is to step up, be a man or a woman, and the father and mother, and parent the child, raise the child as the child should be raised. I have a friend whose mom wanted to get an abortion, and yet I'm very glad that she's here today. Because, not like here, but I mean like that she's here living today because I can see that there's so many different aspects to life that would have been taken away from this girl if the mother had had an abortion.
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to say is, if you even consider abortion, obviously you feel like you can't raise a kid, do you?
I would agree with that, and that's why foster homes have been created.
Which are packed, overcrowded, kids don't get attention, and kids are not happy. I mean, kids are sleeping in gyms, basically with bed after bed after bed after bed. No privacy at all anyway. So it's kind of really what a foster home is. It's a kid prison. Tell me if not.
No, it's not.
How is it not a kid prison? You go into a prison, what you have? People row after row after row after row. Exactly like in a foster home. Kid after kid after kid. Which are not getting individual attention or anything.
Let me ask you something. How do you feel about, do you think it's okay for gay people to adopt children? Well, don't you think adopted children already have disadvantages because they already suffer from being adopted? That they're in an orphanage, that they're going to be adopted, that they don't have real parents, that they grow up with problems, and you're okay that people are going to be thrown into a gay marriage. You're supporting abortion, you're supporting someone dying, and that's okay?
Why?
Well then, do you support capital punishment?
No. What I'm trying to say is this: people should have a choice. Not every parent that can't raise their kids can abort. Obviously, some are not going to feel right with it. Like, for example, Christians, religious people, they would not feel right with abortion, so they would put them in a foster home. So there's still going to be kids in the foster home, just not as many. Then why are you fighting me for?
Because you're very opinionated, and I just keep hearing you talk, and so I figure if you want to keep talking, I'll let you keep talking. I support abortion, yes, because I believe, hold on, no. I support abortion because I support a woman's choice, but I don't support that the whole adoption between, if people are gonna go through with the child and they're being strong enough to do that, then that's cool. But then if they're gonna put their child into an orphanage and then have a gay couple raise them, I just think that's kind of ridiculous because they're gonna grow up with problems. And I understand that they can go back if they don't like them, but why why do that to someone? Why put them in a situation like that in the first place?
So then, is an abortion good? You're not going to put them in a situation like that in the first place?
No, because there's other families out there that can't be pregnant. I know there's plenty of women who cannot have children, who would give anything to have children.
Well, the way I see it, I mean, the foster homes are filled. They could go pick up a child any day.
Yeah, but it's hard.
There's a lot of
It's
them.
so hard to
I'll show
adopt
you some different
children.
sizes too.
Can you let me finish? You keep interrupting me. People, are you gonna listen?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. People try so hard to adopt children, but it's so difficult. And how is it that a gay couple is going to adopt a kid when people have been trying for years to have kids, and like it's really hard. I don't know if you ever heard of people adopting, but they have to go through a lot of paperwork. Their house has to be appropriate, where they live has to be appropriate, the school that. Now, finally, a family can have a chance, and this kid can grow up with a regular family, I guess you can say. Usually, when people adopt, they adopt within their own race, because people aren't allowed to, they don't let you adopt kids that aren't of a race. So a regular family would probably be like a mother and father of the same race who adopt a regular child.
The way I see it, allowing gay people to adopt kids, that's a solution.
Okay, well, if a gay person wants to adopt them, how do you know that they can't give the child just a good life? Sorry. And so, what's wrong with them adopting if they're gonna love the child and take care of them and give them a good home, provide them a good education, love?
Problem, overcrowded foster homes. Solution, letting more people actually adopt a kid. If you restrain more people from adopting kids, well, the problem of having overcrowded foster homes is going to stay there.
I would like to thank everyone here for coming to Building Blocks today. Mr. Wood, thank you. It was a fun time. First time at Eastlake High School. Go Titans.